Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a coffee table makeover. I am so happy to be getting this table done. I have waited for so long to do this. I don't know why I've waited so long because it's a quick, easy makeover and it's a great way to update the space. But you know, some projects you just put off because you're busy working on others, and I'm finally gonna tackle it today. It's not the coffee table you see back here. It's actually the one that has been in my living room. It holds a ton of sentimental value to me, and even though it's a little too big for my space, I love it so much and I don't plan on getting rid of it. I'm using paints that I already have on hand, so I'm not spending a dime out of pocket today to do this project, which is even better. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let me show you how the table looks before, and then we'll get started. All right, so the first step is always to clean the piece of furniture or whatever project you're working on. You want to make sure that it is grease-free and has no like dog hair or dust or anything like that on it. You want to make sure that the paint is going to stick to the actual furniture, not the dust. So I am using chalk paint today, so there's no need for sanding. I am just going to be doing one coat of white paint right over the top of this coffee table. Okay, so here is the table with the first coat. Well, the only coat I'm going to do on it as far as the white goes. I'm going to be taking this penetrating oil-based stain. This is in the color Dark Walnut, and I'm going to rub this right over top of that chalk paint. It gives a beautiful finish, a very beautiful color. So you'll see how that works in just a second. But you have to make sure that the paint is fully dry before you do this, or it will rub this chalk paint right off. So as you can see, I still have that one coat of white paint on the coffee table, and then I'm taking the Minwax stain in the color Classic Gray, and I'm going to start rubbing this on right over top of that chalk paint. The key is to make sure that that chalk paint is fully dry. If you don't, you will accidentally rub some off, and I will show you how to fix it if it does, because it did do that to me on this project. But you just want to rub it in, but lightly. You don't want to press super hard. You just kind of want to let the towel or whatever you're using do the work for you. I prefer to use like a microfiber cloth with this because it's so gentle versus a like brush of some sort. I feel like it would just really get too deep and pull that paint up. So just be very gentle when you're doing this. I also noticed that the gray had a little bit of brown in it, and then I remembered that I accidentally mixed the two stain colors when I did a project earlier in the week. So I ended up just going in with that dark walnut stain and rubbing this in and kind of mixing the two stain colors together. You can use any stain that you want, but you want to make sure that it is the penetrating oil stain. The other stains to me are just too thick for this type of project. And then I wanted to point out that right in the center of the table, the paint was not fully dry, so you could see how it messed up a little bit. It was unfortunate because it was looking so cool and so unique and beautiful. I honestly would have left it like this had the center of the table not rubbed off. And that's just part of the process. Sometimes projects go super smooth, and sometimes you have little issues and you just kind of got to roll with them and figure out how to fix them. So right there, I was just pointing out that I repainted that area white, made sure it was fully dry, and then went back over it using those stains to try to help blend it all back together. And because I went a little heavy right there in the center, I just added the stain throughout the entire table just to make sure everything was nice and even and not splotchy in some areas.
It's 1 a.m. and I ain't tired. I can stand right here and talk all night if you want. I ain't got no place to be, no one's waiting for me. I won't lie, I'm into you. Got like a million ideas what we could do. Cause I'm not gonna let you slip away, I won't waste this. There's something about the way you fix your eyes on me. I can't help myself, fall in love, I go crazy. What you wanna do now? Should we head back to my place? When you give me that smile, I think my heart's turned up the pace. I don't care about what we do if I get to be with you. What you wanna do now? What's to be afraid of when we're young, stupid, and in love? When you talk or listen close, there's just something about your voice. I think that every word you say to me is like poetry. I just want you for my own. It's really easy to tell that you're the best girl I've ever known. I'm not gonna waste this.
So after adding those stained parts back in where I accidentally rubbed the paint off, I noticed that they were really dark compared to the other parts of the table and just kind of stood out to me. So I took my paintbrush, dipped it in a tiny little bit of chalk paint and then into water to water it down. And then I gently rubbed over the table to just kind of smooth everything out and give a really pretty washed finish.
Your voice, I think that every word you say to me is like poetry.
All right, so since the table was already painted white and still in good shape, I just decided to distress a little bit because there was a few nicks that have happened over the past couple months. So just to make those all look intentional, I went ahead and distressed the entire bottom of the table. Okay, so now that the table is done, I just wanted to say a few things about it. So first off, I love the way it looks. You know, I just had deja vu. I literally just had deja vu. Like, I felt like I'd already have done this before. That's like such a weird feeling, isn't it? Does that ever happen to y'all? I was trying to say that I love the way it turned out, and it ended up being a lot lighter than I anticipated I was going to do. In my mind, I was going to do like this really dark wood top table, and I mean, I still can do that down the line if I want to, but I love it. Sometimes when projects you just go with the flow and just let them decide what they want to do, and it turns out really nice, and I think it's really pretty. I love the distressing on it too. It's just enough, and all the colors are really beautiful, and it matches really well with my dining table. It's not identical, but it's just enough to where it doesn't look, it kind of just like ties everything together. And I think I'm gonna paint the top of this or stain it the same color as this wood over here because I really like that dark color. But y'all let me know what you think. Alright, so now that the table is finished, I'm going to give it some time to really dry and just cure and all that before I try to seal it. But I also wanted to give it time to make sure that the color and everything is what I want. But I would love to know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. I love to hear what y'all have to say. It's always really interesting to see like different perspectives, you know? But I also wanted to end today's video with a question. I thought it would be really cool to answer these here and there at the end of videos just to make them a little bit more personal and interesting. The question is, how does your husband feel about you changing out your home decor all the time, and how do you get him to help with home projects? So, first off, my husband does not care about home decor at all. I could literally paint the entire house lime green and he could care less. Honestly, he probably wouldn't even notice unless I pointed it out, because he'll come home sometimes and I'm like, hey, did you notice I redecorated the living room? He's like, yeah, babe, it looks great. And I know in my head that he did not even look at it, but I'm just like, oh, thanks. But anyway, he really could care less. The only thing he cares about is having a clean home, clean clothes, food, and a safe place to sleep. That's all that's on his mind at home. And honestly, I think we work so well because of that. Like, he never comes home and gives me like a negative opinion about the way I decorate. He just accepts it and loves it, and whatever makes me happy, he's happy with. All right, and then as far as as far as asking my husband for help and getting him to help me with projects, it boils down to timing. Timing is key. If I ask him to help me with something, especially after like a rough week, I can already just tell you that it's not going to go as smoothly as it would go if he had like a good week at work or a good day, and then I kind of snuck in like, hey babe, do you think you can help me with this? If I ask at the wrong time, it's not as enjoyable for him or me, so it's best if I just wait it out. I do try to tackle all projects by myself. The ones that I cannot get to by myself, I do just let him know ahead of time. I would say like 2 to 3 weeks ahead that I want to tackle these projects. And when we have the time, I would like him to help me. Yes. What? But I think my husband and I have a really good working relationship too. Like, we work well together. I think it's just because we both have very, I don't know. Like, we just crack jokes and have fun and just enjoy the moment. We make the best out of everything. We always have. I mean, obviously we bicker sometimes. There's sometimes where I'm like, no, you're not doing that right. Like, or he'll say I'm not doing it right. Like, of course we have our moments that we're human, you know, we're husband and wife, but we don't ever like break things or throw things because the project isn't going as planned. We want to, but we don't. And we never like raise our voice or anything like that. So I think that that's what makes it easy to get his help with projects too, because I really try hard to make all of our projects fun and enjoyable and not really feel like we're working. It's like we're having fun family moments. Obviously there's some projects that we don't really enjoy, especially when we get started and we're like, what the heck do we get ourselves into? But most, I think, I would say like 98-99% of the projects that we do, we have a good time while we're doing them. Does it always go as planned? Heck no, never. But we have a good time while we're doing it, and that's all that matters to me. So, but that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of your support here on my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! You get your husband to help with home decor project or home projects. Oh my gosh. With home projects. Why do I struggle talking? All right, so the question is, how do you get your husband to help with home projects? And super dark wood, almost black. Zoe, excuse me, I'm trying to talk here.